Sounds like the sound your mom made last night. It's your turn to
Oh, is it for me?
consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT,
And I'm Drew.
and we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
Hey.
Hey, what's the matter?
You know, there's 3 words that are hard to say
Okay.
in this world.
It's in there.
No, that's pretty easy for me. Anyways, I'm sorry. I was wrong. And Worcestershire sauce?
So 7 words. Okay.
Hey,
I believe
There's-
now it's your turn to say you're sorry and you were wrong.
that I was, and I am, and it's not really like an update, but it is a little thing for me to come out and say, you know what, you were. It's hard to say. I'm sorry, I can't.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm right here. And I am happily waiting for this. Hold on. Let me... Is it recording? Yeah. Okay, yeah, just make sure. Okay, go ahead.
You were.
Sound it out.
Okay, that's as far as you're getting.
Okay, so I was...
Yes.
Sounds like the sound your mom made last night.
Ew, that's.
I'll take that out.
So, oh no, sir, I'm editing this one.
Oh, snap. And she listens.
Yes, she does. Anyways, so you were right. That was hard to say.
There you go. There you go. That's a good boy.
So I have this little clip that I'm going to let you and our audience hear. And
Okay.
so I said in a couple of shows ago, I said, you know, I don't really think that it's the colleges that are kind of changing the way that people are thinking. I think it's the professors. Well, I have a video from a TikToker, YouTuber by the name of The Reaction, who proves me wrong.
Well, how the turntables
Have turned. Let me, I'm going to play this for you. Let me get your take.
Okay.
Asking people if men can get pregnant at Columbia University, and then we're gonna go to Harlem and ask the same question. Do you guys think men can get pregnant?
If you identify as a man and you have the reproductive parts to get pregnant, then yeah, you can get pregnant.
Like, it's a yes. Obviously, it's a yes. There's no question.
Someone that identifies as a man can have a uterus and potentially get pregnant.
So that was Columbia, and this is Harlem, and we're gonna ask the same question. Can men get pregnant? What do you guys think? Can men get pregnant? I don't know.
Men cannot get pregnant. That's BS, because they don't got a uterus. Hello. They don't have uterus.
A lot of people have been telling us they can. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's outrageous, bro. For men, we're here to, put the seed inside the female.
These people are just salt of the earth people. They understand reality. It goes along with my theory. I've said it how many times? I feel like you could probably guess what I'm going to say. When you go to smart colleges, you just become stupider.
So what did you think of that?
I think that I was in my synopsis.
All right now, college boy.
No, yeah, unfortunately, we are seeing more and more of this across universities. It used to be like, oh, maybe some of the more super liberal Ivy League schools are doing this. No, it's common practice now.
Yeah.
A lot of folks refer to it as, you can go get a trade job, join the military, or you can go to college and get indoctrinated. And again, this is where it's unfortunate, right? Because as a young 17, 18-year-old, you're just out of high school, you're ready to, tackle the world on your own. And you're going to college. This is cool. I'm living on my own, or maybe I'm getting a job, I'm going to school, all that kind of fun stuff. You're making your own big boy, big girl decisions. But if you're not strong in your own values, ideals, faith, ethics, fill in the blank, like the old saying goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Yep. A lot of these students, man, they're going there, and if they're not free thinking, they're just getting brainwashed. They're opening their mind, getting fed all this information, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent, and then they're closing their mind, and this is the gospel.
Yeah. Well,
They
my
are
professor
not
said it. So.
Researching. Yeah,
No.
my college professor, and I've seen some what do you call it? They're not debates or arguments, but folks that'll travel to different schools and have conversations, like open conversations with the students.
Like a lecture?
Kind of, yeah, like a more interactive Q&A lecture. And some of these students will ask questions, but the way that they ask them and their attitude, and a lot of times they'll try to come from a position of whatever you call it, where
Authority?
like, well, I am a mathematics major. I'm a biology major, so I know. You know what? You don't know anything yet. You're still a student. You're learning. You're not in the workforce doing your job that you're getting your degree for yet, necessarily. And that argument fails anyway, because since when did you have to be a biologist to understand that men have a penis and women have a vagina? So if you don't hold a biology degree, you can't possibly know that?
No, you can't. And I did totally not learn that from Kindergarten Cop.
I don't work at McDonald's, but I can almost guarantee every dang time I go that the ice cream machine's going to be broken.
That's true. And you know how to flip a burger and put cheese on it and toppings.
Yep.
And now I'm
we
hungry.
see this a lot, and I'm kind of deviating for just a quick second. But we see this a lot with law enforcement. And I'm not talking about all law enforcement, just some of the more crusty, spicy apples, if you will, where they'll get snippy. You'll see videos where they get snippy with the people on the streets. Oh, well, where did you get your law degree from? Well, genius, you don't have a law degree. You got 6 months of training and a certificate from whatever state you're from that says you're allowed to enforce the law. And a lot of times, they don't even know what the crap they're enforcing.
Yeah.
But I support the police, love them, not trying to defund any of them. Again, just some of the more bad apple leaning types. So those positions of authority.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's spicy tonight, so I'm glad you're rubbing this back in my face. But I did like how the video went over to Harlem and talked to common folk people. And the common folk people are pretty much on the side of where I think most of America is, where it's, a man cannot get pregnant. That's crazy.
Common sense, maybe?
Well, you and I have had that discussion about common sense.
Not being so common.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've seen other videos just like the one that we heard where the guy's dressed up in like Mexican garb, right? He's wearing like a sombrero and a mustache, and he's on the college campus and asking students, what do you think of my outfit? Do you think it's offensive, or do you think, this or that? And oh, he's culturally appropriating, it's offensive, it's derogatory, he's not Hispanic, so he shouldn't be wearing that, yada, 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 more of that crap.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out in town, and even to the more Hispanic communities, and asks the same questions in the same garb, and it's the exact opposite response. Oh, yeah, you look good. That's cool. They want to take pictures with him, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Somebody wants to celebrate our culture.
Yeah.
Day and night, two different realities that these people are living in. Recently, Obama was talking about this, saying that he thinks people are living in two different realities. They'll watch Fox News and get whatever they hear there, and they take that as the truth, but what's happening in the world is something completely different. He's right with that concept. There's two different realities. These kids that are getting indoctrinated and just spitting out what they hear without researching, which you would think in college they're learning how to research and develop ideas and come up with their own stuff, not just, oh, I do what you tell me to because you told me to. And then you have the real world. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, when they make it to the real world, they get slapped in the face.
Yeah,
metaphorically.
they do. Yep. And it hurts quite a bit for these people. And and that's where I think the mental problems, I need to go see a psychiatrist or therapist or whoever to deal with actual reality is where the problem is because these people are not teaching them what's actually happening in the world. They're just, oh, well, according to this book or according to my ideology.
Well, they're not training young adults to be adults. They're just training kids to be robots.
Well, you went to college, right? So
yeah.
You have your degree.
Mm-hmm.
And is the college environment geared towards that, or is it, hey, you need to write 6 pages today and comment on 3 people's posts or whatever?
How do you mean?
Like, you have to write 6-page essays, right? Or whatever. That's not teaching you anything. That's just teaching you how to write or how to BS through something. That's not really teaching you real world stuff.
Well, that portion of it, sure. It is, however, trying to see if what you have been taught is sticking. So, when I went to the brick and mortar school out of high school, right? I went to college.
Oh, fancy pants.
Good old community college. Thank you very much. It was very much a mixed environment, right? There were adults. There were, I'm going to call them children because they're 17, 18 years old. That's what I was. And, you've got to be at class at this time. If you're not, it's not like class is going to wait for you. It's not like you're going to get a tardy slip. You don't get the lesson that day. And when you don't get the lesson that day, it sucks for you because later when they have the quiz or the test or the essay or whatever that's due, you missed out on that information. You have to be responsible for you. Fast forward a whole bunch of years when I went to the online school.
All right, bragging about your pay. You can afford internet here.
Still very much the same way. You have to log in. You don't log in, that's an absent, so many absents, and you're kicked out of the class. But still, it's up to you to engage, to do your homework, to do the lessons, read, turn in all the assignments and stuff. But when it comes to putting in essays, a lot of that was, in my opinion, a lot of that was trying to see, one, how resourceful are you? How are you at researching? And then the other, is the crap that you're learning, essentially teaching yourself from the materials that they provide, is it sticking? Are you able to answer the questions? Do you seem, at least, to have a thorough knowledge of the subject matter?
Right. But you don't get like, hey, class, let's take a field trip for OJT or on-the-job training.
No, there's no
no.
life skills. A lot of the material that I was taking, like when I was doing my business classes and stuff, would have examples that pertain to real-world scenarios. And in some cases, you know, it'd be like, okay, you're this business owner or you're the CFO at this company, and how would you do X, Y, and Z? So there is some application, but yeah, there is no real hands-on, you know, I'm taking an internship to apply this information that I've just acquired. It's not there.
And that's where they fail.
I think part of it, sure.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So
I'll say, to go back even a little further, now, even when I went to the community college, I didn't have any sense of, oh, they're trying to corrupt me and this and that. And even in my psychology class, you know, psychology and sociology get kind of weird with that. But I didn't feel like it was being forced down my throat. Rewind a few years, and high school, when I think I'm a sophomore in the public high school, and they're teaching us, what was that? Like Darwinism and evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not coming from a point of, hey, here are some options, you know, some theologies that are possible. It was, this is how this happened. And it was just the one track, evolution. And this is how the world started. This is how humans came about. This is how we got to how we are and who we are today.
That was in your public school days?
Yeah. So it was kind of interesting because that was the only option that it offered, right? This is how it is.
Right.
When I went to the private school, the private Christian school, obviously it's a Christian school. However, we explored all the avenues. We would read books on all the different world religions and atheism and deism and polytheism, monotheism, all these different isms, so that we would have a better understanding of what's out in the world.
Right. Kind of broaden your horizon.
Yeah, you can have an intellectual conversation with somebody because you have a basic understanding of what their belief system might be. Instead of, like, no, this is it.
Do you feel like maybe public schools need to go that route?
I think if they're going to teach something that has many different options, if you will, subject matter options, then they should present all of the options.
That just
you know,
means
hey,
more material.
Here's all the information. You make your decision.
That does make more material for kids to try to remember for the tests.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
At the end of the year.
But you know what? Also, that same public school is a great school. I'm not knocking it. But again, sophomore year, hey, we're reading books in whatever it was, English class. We read probably 2 or 3 books the whole school year.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And you would watch the movies in class or listen to the tape recording so that you were getting like, hey, we're reading this in class, so I don't have to do as much for homework. Great. I get to the private school, we're reading about 12 or 13 books a year. And as soon as you're done with one, you start reading the next one, and you haven't even tested or quizzed or reviewed the one that you just finished, and you're already on new material, hoping you don't forget the old stuff.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I feel like that was much better preparation for college, for just life experience in general. I feel like there's a lot of wasted time, at least at the time, in the public school system that could have been better utilized.
Mm-hmm.
But as we see, and as we heard in this video, a lot of these college campuses, they take that time and they indoctrinate their students in their safe spaces, and you will use these pronouns, or you can't come to class, or, you know, if you're white, you can't sit in this part of the library because this is a color people safe zone, and you guys have a whole campus, and I mean, it's just outrageous.
Yes. No, I 100% agree. And I only went to college once lots of times.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, oh, goodness. Well, thanks for going down that rabbit hole and getting off subject, but we love it here at the studio.
Yeah.
You have any more thoughts? You have any more essays you need to read?
No, they're all asleep right now.
That's good. We will talk to you later. Nope. Let me try that one again. Thanks for listening. Hit that like button. Subscribe. 5-star review wherever you're listening to this podcast. And write in the comments below. Tell us what you think. Tell us if we're wrong. Or if Drew's wrong, because he pretty much just took the show.
Never.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.